You're listening to the Impact Implosion on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Another episode of Impact Implosion here on the AngryMarks Podcast Network. It is July 5th, 2018. Right, I think it was January. Global warming.
I was going to say, it's like been 100 degrees the last 2 days.
Yes, it is. Yes, I misspoke. It is July 5th, 2018. It's another episode of the Impact Implosion. Damn, I already said that. And as always, I am Seth Drake, and on the other end is the swan catch to my double neck breakers, Mr. Mike Poland.
Hello. News this week. No news.
No news. We can get right to the show. No news! We can get right to the freaking show. Thank you. Thank you.
And we start with the highlights.
We start with last
week.
Yeah, in case you missed last week, here's what happened. And then we begin the show really with Rich Swann. No hair jokes this week, I promise. Versus Phoenix.
Good match.
Very good match. Probably best match of the night.
Yep.
Although there was some sloppy stuff. Phoenix had Swann just completely botched where he was going, and Phoenix had to run to catch him during that. I think it was a dive or something on the apron. Yeah, it was a dive on the apron, and Phoenix had to run because he was going the wrong way. Then there was a double neck breaker spot where they both tried basically Jay Lethal's finisher.
Lethal injection.
Yeah, they both tried lethal injection.
The only thing missing is Kevin Kelly calling it.
I know, and they both hit it on each other. So the crowd's starting to say fight forever.
Let's hope not. Even though it's
No. There was a point where Swann got hit pretty hard and started drooling a bit.
Oh no.
And then Phoenix wins with a muscle buster into some kind of driver. He twists it around. It was a strange move, but it was a good match.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't rest on that good match because the Chris brothers attack.
And try to demask.
Tried to demask him, then Pentagon comes out, but it's not Pentagon, it's actually Sami Callihan in Pentagon Jr.'s mask that he stole. But Rich Swann tries to save, the numbers are too much for him.
And now here comes Pentagon.
Sami is about to take off the mask, but actual Pentagon Jr. comes out to save the good guys.
And of course, that sets up something we'll hear more about later.
Yeah. It actually sets up a 6-man tag match which will, I think, happen next week.
That's what they said.
Yeah. But, next, KM and Fall Bob gotten back together. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! KM admitted he messed up. So, Madison, Rain, and Allie are backstage. Madison is like, I don't know how to face Su Yung right at this time, but I'm glad to have Allie on my side, and Allie admits the darkness being on her side was bad. It killed that storyline fucking quickly.
Yep.
So, time for Falaba with KM versus, in his debut, Killer Cross the Deer Man.
Mexican Zeus.
Yep. So he comes out, I got a few issues here. Okay, Killer Cross is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
As Saito suplex Ba, and his mannerisms are great. However, his finisher is a simple headlock choke.
They're trying to put over it's an MMA background thing, I think.
Yeah, or he's choking the guy, which is illegal.
The ref should be counting that.
But no, Killer Cross wins with that, knocking him out with that, sleeper hold. So KM tries to save, Bob, but he also gets choked out.
Here comes Petey Williams.
Petey Williams comes out of the chair, hits KM in the back, who freaking no-sells it.
You mean Cross?
Yeah, hits
KM
Cross
got
the back.
choked out.
Yeah, Cross in the back with the chair. No-sells it. Completely, are you kidding me?
I told you, they're trying to make him out like Zeus.
I know, but you're overpowering this guy. Come on. So, when the eventual fall comes, this guy's not going to have that long of a career if you overpower him that much, because once he gets beaten, nobody's going to take him seriously.
Well, luckily, I think he's only in for this set of tapings, so I don't think it matters so much.
I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, there's that. Pete just throws a freaking chair at him, and Cross just kind of, sells it for a bit. Gets out of the ring, and then just goes back to his facials.
Oh, Petey stands on the chair.
Yep.
So, come and fight me, bro.
Yeah. So, backstage interview with Jimmy Jacobs and Congo Cat. Jimmy's basically cutting the same promo here. That
I'm
how he is
I get what I want.
And how I'm not a bad guy. The WWE machine really is getting at you if you're cutting the same shit over and over again. But Brian Cage is a bad guy. He says he's a machine, but he's not. And he's lied. So after he says, I get what I want, he leaves, and Congo Cat just goes up to the reporter and sniffs her hair.
Not creepy at all.
Not creepy at all. Then GWN...
No.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway.
GWN Moment of the Week. RVD retains the world title against Sting at Slammiversary 2010. And by the way, this was short. This was actually short. This was 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes of the match. So, Desi Hit Squad's backstage about their victory. Gama Singh comes up, slaps both them, and berates them. And he said, basically, mostly in Indian, he says, look, I'll take you two to the top, but you gotta listen to me.
You listen to me, you go to the top.
You don't, you go to the back, you're out of here.
Yes.
Old Bobby Heenan. So, some woman is coming soon to Impact.
Oh no, who is it?
I'm hearing Scarlett Bordeaux, but it could be anyone.
Oh, I hope it's not her.
Time for Su Yung and the Undead Maid of Honor versus Madison, Rain, and Alley. And by the way,
I want to be invited to that wedding.
The Undead Maid of Honor is Casey Spinelli.
Who we've seen before.
Yes. So yes. So this is probably the first and the weakest match of the show. And it all comes down to the finisher because Su Young's has to hit the ref twice as he's out of position to fall down while hitting the panic switch. fucking ref's the goof.
Mania.
So Rain reverses into a cross Rain. Ref is down. Tessa attacks. Then Allie takes out Tessa. Then the Bridemaids tries for the panic switch. But, of course, she gets cross Rain, and Madison wins for the team.
What a mess.
What a mess, indeed. It really hurt when that ref completely... And even they're like, what a goof! Because he's completely has to walk into it. Then gets hit again as he's trying to go... As he has to go over there. So, LAX Clubhouse, Ortiz wants to play dominoes, but King is too upset. And he's like, I want to see the proof, man. Why does Conan hate me, man? But we see the music that King is evil. So said, come on, man, we gotta show the proof. See the proof.
Mm-hmm.
So, OVE cam, Sammy basically says he's gonna take Pentagon Jr.'s mask, and he says if Rich Swann gets in their business again, he's gonna rip his face off.
Yeah.
So then we get a segment hyping Austin Aries for his Slammiversary match.
It seemed like the same thing they did before he faced Bobby Roode in 2012.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good, although he talks about how wrestling, you gotta make the plan and not somebody else. And unlike football, and he says, you know, Moose, your mother loves your son, she doesn't love a winner. So you're gonna be loving a loser. Yeah, went after his mom. Well,
Yay.
yeah, your mom's gonna love a loser. You're a loser. You're a loser. Yeah, King of the Hill.
You're a loser.
You're a loser. So back with LAX, Conan's on the phone saying yes, he is right on the proof. And King will be exposed.
Yep.
So then we get a interview with Tommy Dreamer. Not backstage, but somewhere else. I guess he's still at the House of Hardcore where he talks about learning from his failures and mistakes. Guys who helped him and all that. He says, Eddie, you have it all, but you're throwing it all away for this personal obsession with Sammy. I didn't want to be right in any of this. I don't ever want to be right in any of this. And Eddie, you think I'm fucking your wife? Look at, she's 25. Look at me.
Hey.
Well, fair, David Fisher just got married to a woman 20 years his age, so, songwriter Catherine McPhee, so.
Oh, the chick that won from American Idol.
Yeah. He's marrying a guy 20 years older than her.
Yeah.
So, he said, anyway, he said, Dreamer, and this Eddie, Tommy, does not admit that his wife's freaking hot too. But he's got kids. And he says, Eddie,
he's got kids.
You just became my obsession. And Dreamer and Eddie is going to announce for a hardcore match at Slammiversary.
House of Hardcore, which both Josh and Don Callis say, we've never seen that before. Except for the last pay-per-view.
Except every other freaking time you've seen it. We've actually been to the freaking House of Hardcore.
No, the match. They're like, we've never seen this match before, except, well, the last pay-per-view you guys had. We had to have
yeah, we saw that. Yeah. So.
Good call, Josh.
Time for Katarina versus Rebel.
One thing before we get to this match, I noticed is that
I gotta mention this. I gotta mention this beforehand. Josh talks about how Rebel's from America and Katarina's from England, and Josh brings up a Revolutionary War joke.
Oh.
Don, being none the dumbass also an idiot, decides when Katarina and Grado do their stupid bird thing, he calls them free birds.
Good God.
Both of you, shut up!
So Don calls Rebel a power pro wrestler, and I'm like, well, she might be, but you've never seen her match with Shelly Martinez, have you?
Yeah. Oh.
Also, one thing on Grado and Katarina is I don't think they have chemistry.
Oh, no. No.
It just doesn't seem like they do.
No. Kind of a sloppy tornado DDT by Katarina. And then there's another stupid moment of commentary where Don talks about how he's going to call up his shorty, and Josh is like, what's a shorty? And Don's like, Urban Dictionary, my friend. Like, seriously, you don't know what a shorty is? What the hell's wrong with you? So, Katarina beats Rebel with a backbreaker.
Of course she does.
And Grado actually acts like a heel, acting like he won. And wants to get Katarina
you haven't won anything in years.
Back in her jacket. And just to extra elevate how pathetic Grado is, when he's getting out of the ring, he falls. Falls on his ass, getting out of the ring.
Grado, just stop now. Just stop.
Yeah. So, backstage, Katarina has another surprise for Grado, so Grado closes his eyes. It's Joe Hendry.
I brought your best friend. Nothing can possibly go wrong here.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever heard the song Jesse's Girl there, Katrina?
Grado's like, how do you two know each other? Oh, we know each other. Huh.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So they all group hug. And then it's time for the main event as Congo Cat takes on, Brian Cage. On Twitter, I said Grado for some stupid ass reason.
Whoops.
I think I got that confused.
Don't we wish?
Oh, hell no. I am going to be shocked in saying this. This was a good match.
Yes, it was.
Congo Cat
It was a short match.
did a Hurricanrana.
Congo Kong Rana.
I could not believe it. What the fuck? Brian Cage does a superplex on the Congo Cat. Ring doesn't break. And then...
it's not the Brock Lesnar Big Show spot.
So, Cage then hits an F5 and wins. I'm like, that's actually was a good match. I can't believe saying on it about...
Dallas anniversary.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying that. What the hell? I just complimented a Congo Cat match.
And our final angle of the night.
LAX proof segment. As Conan comes out alone, he gets straight down to business and calls down King, who comes with Ortiz and Santana. So, Conan is like, I'm not mad at you for hitting me. I'm mad at you for, we were buddies, man. We were mad. And I'm just like, and he's like, King is like, ugh. I'm like, where's the proof? But no,
where's the proof?
Conan calls King a glory hole. And the crowd chants glory hole. So he basically here's his proof. He gets on King's nerves enough that he just basically admits he did put a hit out on him. So he had no fucking proof. Legit, he had no proof.
Being idiot. He had no proof. You didn't have to do this.
Here was his proof. That the phone calls that you said you were calling to say, you never called me. That was his proof. Just said, you never called me. Just no records, no anything like that. So King says, Conan had better leave or you'll end up like old Yella. So it's decision time for Santana, and Santana just basically flips King off. And then the original LAX shows up. Homicide and Hernandez.
Yep.
Now you might, Homicide, first of all, Homicide, I think I last remembered when they last mentioned him, was kind of number 2 behind Conan and above King, so that's a bit of a demotion. Wonder what happened to Homicide. Also, why did you bring Hernandez back? Why? You do remember Hernandez fucked you guys several years ago. You brought him in for the Beatdown Clan. He wasn't really at his Lucha Underground contract. You couldn't air any of those segments. You ended up losing MVP and Kenny King. Do that fuck up. We all said, thank God we'll never see Hernandez again. We see Hernandez again.
Different
management. Also, I understand you're doing the new LAX versus original LAX, kind of like the Midnight Express years ago.
Yep.
Interesting idea. We haven't done it since the 80s, so, or was it the early 90s?
Or the DX one from 99.
But that really wasn't mentioned as really a DX thing. That was just like, two guys are heels and now two guys are
Midnight Express versus Midnight Express. That was Wrestle War 89, I think.
Yeah.
About 20 years ago.
Okay, so yeah, it's been a while. It's been a good while for that, so it passes the 7-year rule where you can do a new angle.
And I guess Kingston and Conan will be the Heyman and Cornette of this thing.
Yes. So
they're both promos, so that works.
I was going to give this show B, but Hernandez being back does drop it to a C. It does. I'm sorry. It does. You don't bring some shit like that back. We haven't forgotten the last time this happened, and we're just waiting for how this can all go to shit.
Luckily, maybe this is only going to be like a thing for the pay-per-view.
Okay. And also, is Hernandez gonna just border toss somebody to a freaking pool? Cause he did that once. He did that to a girl once. He border tossed her to a freaking pool. I'm not kidding you. You can see it. So, OG LAX versus LAX net new. New Coke Classic versus original New Coke. So that's basically the feud for Slammiversary is going to be LAX versus LAX for the tag titles.
We have no other tag teams.
Except we do. We fucking do.
LAX has already beaten them all.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to do LAX versus LAX. LAX versus LAX. Fuck it.
And the other one that they've beaten is in a feud with somebody else.
I know. I know. That's just, it's just a weird show.
Yep.
So this does get a C. It is better than the last 3 weeks. I will give it that positive. But I almost was going to give it a B, and it ends up a C because of that mistake. That's bittersweet.
Uh-huh.
So, do you have anything to sell?
Not this week.
I do have this one thing to say. There will be no show next week.
No show next week? So.
Yeah, no show next week because I will be in Albany.
And I guess that means 2 weeks we will cover 2 weeks of Impact and preview Slammiversary.
Yep.
All right.
All righty.
We will talk to you all in 2 weeks.
Miley, we're heading to bed.
Good night, everybody.